All right, greetings from somewhere outside the villages. I'm just on the outskirts of the villages, and I don't know. This is like Lady Lake or something like that. I'm not too far from what's called Spanish Springs. Now, Spanish Springs is the villages. It's part of the villages, and look at me. You know, you'd think that I'm like trying to be like a Skipper Smith, you know, talking about the villages. I don't know how the hell Skipper Smith became an expert on the villages, you know, but no, for whatever reason, he is like the go-to source for the anything and everything that has to do with the villages. And you know, speaking of Skipper Smith, okay, I've never been much of a big game hunter. I've never been much of a hunter at all in my life. You know, I wasn't allowed to have even toy guns as I was growing up. But today I'm going hunting. I'm going hunting for a Skipper Smith. And and you might wonder, what the hell am I talking about? You know, it's like every time I come to visit Skipper Smith, I can never get the old guy out of the house. Never. Yesterday I called him up. I was down at Starbucks and I said, "Hey, Skip." I said, "You want to do something today?" "I ain't doing nothing." I said, "What do you mean you ain't doing nothing?" He said, "I ain't doing a goddamn thing." And I said, "Well, come on." I said, "Let's go do something." He said, "I'm not doing anything," you know? And it's just frustrating as hell, you know? So today I called him up and I said to myself, "Skip, you want to do something today?" And he said, "No, today is Sunday. You don't do anything on Sunday." He said, "You're supposed to just do nothing on Sunday and relax." And I don't know when the hell Skip became religious on me, but nonetheless, so he said, "No." I said, "Come on, Skip." I said, "Let's do something." "I'm not doing anything." I said, "Let's go look at some campers." "No." I said, "Let's go to Shooter's World. Let's go down to Shooter's World and go shoot some guns, you know?" And he said, "Hell no, I'm not doing anything." Okay? And I said, "Skip," I said, meet me over by Spanish Springs and we'll go to that nice jacuzzi." And he said, "Not gonna happen, too much bacteria." And then a light went on over my head. And I thought, I know how to get Skip Smith out of the house. Lure Skip Smith out of his man cave. Well, it's not a man cave, actually. He calls it a man cave, but it's actually a room in his house that his wife told him that it's a man cave. You know, his wife, Sue, you know, the lovely Sue, she said, "Okay, honey, you can have a man cave like this." So she put a couple easy chairs in this room with a big screen TV, and Skip thinks it's his man cave. But anyway, you know how you get Skip Smith out of the house? The way that you get Skip Smith out of the house, the way you lure him out of the house is like with any big game animal. You got to set a trap, okay? And the trap is food. You got to set a trap with food. So today, after, you know, I don't know how many different suggestions of things to do, I said, "Skip," I said, "why don't you meet me for lunch at Panda Express?" And he said, "I like Panda Express." I said, "Well, meet me for lunch." He said, "I can do that." "What time?" I said, "Oh, I don't know. How about 12 o'clock? And he goes, "Okay, all right, I'll meet you for lunch at 12 o'clock. So here I am outside of the, I don't know if I can even turn the camera. Unfortunately, I can't turn the camera around, but Skip Smith will be here momentarily, I think. We will see, as the saying goes. We'll see if my little trap works and I'm able to lure Skip Smith out of his man cave for a bite to eat. So we'll find out here shortly. All right, now it's just before noon, a few minutes before noon, and I don't see I don't see any sign of Skip Smith yet. But he should be pulling in. I would think, you know, that he's probably, well, I think I see him. Wait a moment. I think I see him pulling up. He probably had, you see, he can't bring his golf car over this far. So he probably had to get permission from Sue to use the car. He probably said, honey, do you think I could use the car? And probably Sue probably fell over in her chair, probably thinking, what? You're going out? You're actually going out? And Sue, being the sweetheart that she is, she probably agreed to let him use the car, if only just to get him out of the house and get him out of her hair. But we'll see. I don't know. I've never really tried to catch a Skipper Smith before, and as I said, I'm not really much of a hunter. So there's really no sighting of him yet. But I'm confident because I can smell the food, and I'll tell you what, you know, without question, Skip Smith is going to go for the walnut glazed shrimp. You know, the premium. That's what he's going to do. He's going to go for the premium dish. And you know what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to figure out a way to get him to buy. We'll have to get Skip Smith to buy lunch today. Let's see if he's inside. I don't think that he is. Let's see. No, there's no sighting of Skipper Smith yet. So we'll see what. We'll see if he doesn't show up here shortly. I think he will. I think he'll show up. Food always works when you're hunting for a Skipper Smith. All right, we'll be back. Hopefully he'll show up here shortly. Okay, I think I saw the car coming up. And you know what? We might be treated to Sue. Maybe Sue wouldn't trust him to take the car out today. I bet that's what the deal is. I bet Sue probably said, hell no, you're not taking the car, Skipper Smith. I'll go with you. She probably doesn't trust him any further than she can throw him. And as big of a guy as he is, you can't throw Skipper Smith very far. So let's see if this is, I think it is. And look who's driving. You see? It is. It is. You see? He's whipped. That's what they call whipped. You see? So Sue is, yeah, you see Sue's driving. You know, I knew it. I knew it, but it worked. You see? The lure of food. The lure of food, and look at this. Look at this. It worked. I'm doing a video on how to catch a Skipper Smith. Big game hunting. And I told them I couldn't lure you out of the house with Shooter's World, couldn't lure you out of the house with going to look at campers, couldn't lure you out of the house to go look at a truck, a jacuzzi. No, but you mentioned food? Oh yeah, Skipper Smith is all over the food, huh? Look at you. And then I was saying that you'd probably have to ask permission to use the car. And then as I started thinking about it, I thought, no, wait a minute. Sue Smith wouldn't trust you any further than she could throw you. And as big of a guy as you are, she couldn't throw you very far at all. So it doesn't surprise me that you pulled up in the car with Sue.
Hi, Tom. How are you, buddy?
Oh, I'm good. Now, let me guess. You're going to have the walnut shrimp.
I am.
Yeah, how'd I know that?
And I'm also going to have the Chinese noodles, or what they call them, Oriental noodles. And the it's walnut crusted shrimp. It's the best.
The walnut crusted shrimp? Okay, let's go on inside. All right, you see, folks, so that is how you catch a Skipper Smith. You lure him out of the house with the promise of food.
Yeah, you bait the line with walnut crusted shrimp.
There you go.